Ladies and gentlemen, Kiki here. Welcome to the daily update. Hope you guys had a good day trading. Today, market is down. Market is up about 0.8% there. On the S&P Nasdaq, 0.5%. Semiconductor 2.5. Dow 0.4. Russell 2000. Transport, banks, biotech, healthcare, home builders, utilities, retail, emerging market. Every single sectors are green today, except the fact that energy is the only sector with the red number there. Gold and Bitcoin are down, dollar down, oil down, treasury bond up. VIX is down a little bit. Let's stick with the S&P 500 ETF. Spider 65-minute chart here. So this is what we closed yesterday, and looks like we saw another up gap this morning that quickly got faded, very similar to what we saw yesterday. As you can see here, we gapped up, made a little bit of run yesterday, and then we came back down today. Very similar story here on that first hour. We gapped up, made a little bit of run, faded. However, on the second hour, what happened was we did see continuation, not to the downside, but rather to the upside. Remember we talked about yesterday with last 3 hours of run from last night's price action. We need to see that follow through. So we did see that follow through on the second and third hour. Looks like we got close to that gap area, and then we lost that support here about 387 or so. So you can see on that fifth hour, there's a red candle there. However, that micro term and the short term moving average, ever since we broken above it here today, is now supporting the bulls, at least in the last couple hours here. Because remember yesterday, with the tankage right here on the first hour, that short term and the micro term really didn't do anything, right? Today, however, when we did see that downturn on the fifth hour, looks like that short term and the micro term is trying to support the bulls here. As you can see, that lower upper wick tells us there's some dip buyers in that vicinity trying to protect this level at 381 or so. So we did ended the day breaking above the midterm moving average right here. So obviously at this point, this market has been very much choppy here. Not able to get above this down gap 386, 389, not able to get below that 378, 375 up gap, right? So this level acting as resistance. All the boss pairs are hanging out in that vicinity. This level is acting as support. Buyers are desperately seeking to protect this level. And with that, last several hour trading session, price action has been very, very up and down. And so whoever go up, either fill this gap, that down gap here, if you want to kind of repossess and take away from the control that bears been in the last, since December here, that's what the bulls need to do. Take this command and destroy it, right? And if you're a seller, obviously 378, 375, some of these gaps been providing support. You can see when we did see that downturn right here, that support, that gap wasn't fully filled. The job was not completed. And ever since then, things got very hectic for the sellers as well. And bulls were able to open up another up gap here. Let's check out that oscillator. So here we are yet again. We've been talking about this oscillator coiling setup here. Tight coiling, right? Because we're not quite getting to the top of his band or the bottom of his band, right? We're not actually getting to all the way to the overbought level, or getting, that's the overbought level here, or getting all the way down to the oversold level. What it's been doing is been oscillating back and forth at the bottom of his band. And that this level's been acting as a resistance and support. Only good news is that for the bulls is that we did see that cross today with that second hour move. And we're not here yet. We're not hitting that the oscillator resistance level. And that tells us we might have one more bullish day going into tomorrow, as long as there's no shenanigan downside move. Perfect. And that could potentially get us to 386. However, for the bulls to just getting to that 386 level is seeking for failure, because remember that 386 level has been served as a pretty strong resistance right here, as you can see. So bulls can't just get to 386, they must break above it and ultimately, fill the entirety of that gap, because this entire level is going to act as resistance. So still, there's a lot that needs to happen for bulls to find any kind of traction. Obviously, bears need to break below some of these moving averages and gap below and get that 378. I'm going to come back for you. We'll reassess the situation. Enjoy your evening and go trading tomorrow.